Picture this. You're standing on the frozen tarmac at Angles Air Base, December 2025. Minus 30 degrees. Your breath crystallizes the instant it leaves your lungs. Then, without warning, the darkness detonates. Two massive blue-white flames erupt as an aircraft rolls past you at full military power. Wings swept back like a predator locked on prey. Engines screaming so loud, your chest vibrates. The roar hits you like a physical force. That aircraft rolling down the runway is 53 years old, and right now, at this exact moment, it is the single most lethal bomber flying anywhere on Earth. This is the Tu-22M3M, the reborn Backfire, and Russia just took a Cold War ghost that the entire world dismissed as scrap metal and transformed it into a supersonic, hypersonic-capable strike platform that NATO currently has no direct counter for. For 3 decades, the West watched Russia's strategic bomber fleet slowly decay into irrelevance. Engines seized from lack of replacement parts, airframes fractured from metal fatigue, production lines frozen solid since 1991. Defense analysts published lengthy reports declaring the Backfire era permanently finished. They were catastrophically wrong. Moscow didn't waste resources attempting to design and manufacture brand new bombers from scratch. They walked into the desert storage yards, the snow-covered boneyards, and the abandoned hangars of the collapsed Soviet Union, identified the strongest surviving airframes, and began reconstructing them from the core outward. The result is the Tu-22M3M, and it is absolutely terrifying. 6 massive multifunction displays now dominate a completely redesigned glass cockpit. Upgraded NK-25 engines deliver almost 10% more thrust and 15% superior fuel efficiency compared to the originals. A fully digital avionics suite extracted directly from the Su-57 fifth-generation fighter program. GLONASS satellite navigation that functions flawlessly even under the most intense electronic jamming. The NV-45M radar can simultaneously track 40 targets while guiding multiple missiles concurrently. Encrypted data links enable real-time coordination with Su-35 fighter escorts and A-50 AWACS aircraft. And most critically, completely redesigned weapon hardpoints paired with advanced fire control software. The primary weapon system is the Kh-32 cruise missile. 6 tons of steel and high explosive, climbs to 40 kilometers altitude before diving at Mach 4.5 during its terminal attack phase. Range exceeding 1,000 kilometers, 1,000 kilogram warhead. One Tu-22M3M can carry 3 of them mounted under the fuselage and wings. That represents 3 missiles specifically engineered to obliterate carrier battle groups. No Western naval defense system has ever been operationally tested against a full 3-missile coordinated salvo under real-world combat conditions. Then the reports started emerging, growing louder each month. Integration trials for the air-launched Kh-47M2 Kinzhal hypersonic missile are already actively underway. Mach 10 terminal velocity, maneuvering re-entry vehicle, range exceeding 2,000 kilometers when launched from a backfire at operational altitude. If those integration trials succeed, the Tu-22M3M instantly transforms from extremely dangerous into a genuine strategic game-changer overnight. In-flight refueling probes have been physically reinstalled on the surviving airframes. That single modification converts a long-range bomber into a true intercontinental strike platform. One aircraft can now launch from central Russia, cross directly over the North Pole, strike targets anywhere in the Central Atlantic or Pacific, and return home without ever touching down outside friendly territory. Only 2 fully upgraded Tu-22M3M aircraft have been officially delivered to the Russian Aerospace Forces as of December 2025. Just 2 operational platforms. But those 2 aircraft have already forced NATO to completely update northern flank defense protocols and carrier deployment schedules. Because Russia doesn't require 50 bombers. 15 modernized backfires armed with Kh-32s or Kinzhals are sufficient to make any carrier strike group commander reconsider before entering the Norwegian Sea, the Eastern Mediterranean, or the North Pacific Theater. This represents peak Russian strategic doctrine. Take what you already possess, pour every available piece of modern technology into it, make it absolutely terrifying again for a fraction of the cost required for a brand new design. The West currently possesses no direct equivalent platform. The B-1B Lancer is being retired ahead of schedule. The B-52 Stratos Fortress remains subsonic and restricted to standoff weapons only. The B-21 Raider remains years away from achieving meaningful operational numbers. There currently exists no NATO aircraft capable of flying supersonic at low altitude, carrying hypersonic weapons, and threatening an entire naval fleet from beyond the protective range of its fighter escorts. Russia just eliminated that capability gap using 1980s airframes equipped with 2025 missiles. Every time a Tu-22M3M lifts off now, commercial satellite companies immediately scramble to track its flight path. Every time a Kh-47M2 undergoes test firing from one, classified intelligence briefings in London, Washington, and Brussels become extremely tense. Every new photograph showing a backfire with a Kinzhal mock-up mounted under the fuselage sends immediate ripples through naval planning staffs worldwide. Because this isn't about numerical quantity, this is entirely about tactical capability. This is about the cold realization that the strategic balance everyone assumed was permanently settled in 1991 just got violently disrupted by a 50-year-old bomber that absolutely refused to stay dead. Russia examined its empty factories, its shattered supply chains, its suffocating sanctions, and made a definitive decision. We don't need new aircraft. We need new weapons on the old ones. And they delivered precisely that. The Tu-22M3M isn't simply an aircraft. It's a strategic statement. A brutal reminder that sometimes the most dangerous weapon system isn't the one with the newest production date. Sometimes it's the one that climbs into contested skies on pure engineering defiance, carrying weapons the world isn't remotely prepared to counter. And right now, in the frozen skies of 2025, that weapon is very much alive, operational, and hunting. If you want daily breakdowns of the weapons that actually decide wars, smash that subscribe button and hit the bell right now. New drop every single day.